case. So what did she set her marriage up for?
Failure.
Absolutely. And you know what? They're divorced. Because why? She never left. She didn't leave and cleave. You see the point? Okay? Let me show you. The word cleave in the Hebrew, it means to be glued to. And it actually gives the impression that there's no breaking the bond. Because that word cleave in the Hebrew is so strong that it means a permanent attachment that cannot be broken. It's like a weld. Okay? Well, you're saying welds can be broken, but you know what I'm talking about. It's a permanent thing. There were two independent pieces of metal that got welded together, like in a hot fire is actually what the picture is, a hot fire that takes the two metal things and melts it into one. That's what it means. You are one flesh. And it's not talking just about sex. It's talking about covenant. And we'll look at that another time. Okay? In God's design, there is a consequence that comes for violating the way He set up these relationships. Okay? Look at Genesis chapter 3. We're going to look at it together real quick. We're going to get into this on another time, but we're going to look at it real quick just for a moment. Genesis chapter 3, 1 through 6. I'm going to give you we're not going to be able to read it, but you can read it later on. Adam chose to listen to his wife instead of what God had already said to him. Remember that one? God told him not to eat of the tree in the center of the garden. What did he do? He forgot. He didn't tell his wife this. In verse 7, Adam's disobedience to what God had told him directly affected his relationship to his wife. Because look what it says in verse 7. Chapter 3, verse 7. Then the eyes of both of them were opened, and they knew that they were naked, and they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves loincloths. You're going, what does that have to do with anything? There was shame. There was shame.